Welcome back to the Celtic Cup, live international athletics from Grangemouth Stadium here in Scotland. Now our next event is one of the feature events of the evening. It is the women's 3,000 metres, and going in this one is Sonia O'Sullivan, the Queen of Irish Athletics, running for the very last time in the UK in a track event.
Thank you, John. Yes, Sonia O'Sullivan, well, the Queen of Irish Athletics, there she is, now at the age of 37, probably one of the queens of global athletics. She's graced tracks all over the world, a prolific racer in her prime, 1995 world champion over 5,000 metres, an Olympic silver medalist in Sydney 7 years ago. There's the full lineup. Freya Murray from Scotland, 23 years old now, very promising youngster, has had a few injury problems over the last couple of years, but O'Sullivan very much the favourite here. Emma Waterhouse goes there as a guest as well, Nicola Gold for Scotland too. But O'Sullivan, well, first ever athlete to record a world cross-country double victory. That was at Marrakesh in 1998. She's a good marathon runner as well, plans this Berlin Marathon in September. Still in hard training for that, we understand. But this is in fact a farewell race for Sonia O'Sullivan. Away they go. Other athletes to look out for here. Maria McCambridge of Ireland. She'll be in the green strip, of course, the 32-year-old. She's an 8:50 athlete, and 9 minutes really is the entry marker for international class at 3,000 metres. So 8:50 is very classy indeed. There's McCambridge in the green. Freya Murray takes them out in the early stages. There's Sonia O'Sullivan, looking very relaxed, as you would expect at this sort of tempo, although she does have trouble generating speed these days. We understand she still holds the world record for 2,000 metres. That was set here in Scotland back in 1994, Sonia O'Sullivan. And certainly there'll be a lot of pride at stake here for Sonia. I would imagine, Stuart Story, a very emotional run this for Sonia.
Yes, indeed. She's, as you say, one of the greatest we've seen. World champion in 1995 over 5,000 metres, of course, silver at the Olympics in Sydney in 2000, 3 European Championship gold medals, 2 World cross-country gold medals. She's done it all, really. And there's a real mix of experience and youth. Beth Potter is in the 5th lane. She's only 15 years old. And a Great Britain Junior International, given an experience. She's leading the trailing group. This group of 4 have now got away from the rest.
They have indeed, yes. Maria McCambridge in 2nd place. In 3rd place then, Nicola Gold, the Scottish representative here, with O'Sullivan in 4th place. And already there's about a 6 or 8 metre gap back to the 2nd group. Oh, Sonia O'Sullivan just watching proceedings unfold here in front of her. They'll be looking to go through 1,000 metres here. I would have thought in around 3 minutes, something perhaps slightly slower. Conditions for middle distance running not bad, but there is quite a gusting breeze around the arena. So Freya Murray happy to lead, 6 laps to run. McCambridge there in 2nd place, of course, will regard O'Sullivan as a great heroine. And we spoke to Sonia O'Sullivan earlier on, and she's in fine fettle, is Sonia.
Well, in the 3,000 metres tonight, it's a bit windy up here, so I think I'll be sitting in, and hopefully I haven't totally lost that fast kick I used to have many years ago, and be able to run pretty fast towards the end of the race.
Now, you've had such a consistent career. What's the secret to your enthusiasm?
I think I just really enjoy running, and I think, I just love being fit and healthy, and I suppose having 2 young children now, age 8 and 5 years old, it makes me want to kind of, I suppose, lead by example and, inspire them to possibly go out there and enjoy the outdoor life.
And do you have a time goal at all for this evening's race?
Not exactly, no. I mean, I think the main thing for me will be to treat this as a real race, not really worry too much about the clock, and just be as competitive as I can be.
Well, she's always been very competitive, has Sonia O'Sullivan. I spoke to her partner and manager, Nick Bideau, yesterday. He said he thought Sonia's in around 9:15 shape. They're coming up to 1,000 metres now, and it is some way outside 3 minutes. It's 3:06.9 on the slow side, Stuart.
Yes, it is. It's interesting. We must give a mention to Freya Murray, the Scottish national cross-country champion, who's led this race right the way through the Edinburgh Club, just ahead of Maria McCambridge. Remember, Murray, very quiet season so far. She's got career bests of 4:15.85 at 1,500 metres, 9:19.45 at 3,000. So, she's inexperienced at 3,000 metres and certainly has done very, very well at cross-country. And McCambridge, you mentioned it earlier, has run very well this season. She's the Irish 5,000 metre champion. She beat Sonia O'Sullivan in doing just that. And Sonia looks to me to be dropping off the back just a little bit.
She has indeed, yes. Sonia about 5 or 6 metres down behind this trio now. You'll see her just come into shot. There it is. The gap is there, and really this is a pace at which Sonia O'Sullivan had been able to jog a few years ago. This is 10,000 metres tempo for Sonia O'Sullivan. But Freya Murray doing all the damage. There is Sonia. This matters not a jot. She's a lady who has given us so much pleasure over the years. Of course, Britain's joyed by anything that is successful from the British Isles, and Sonia has sent them berserk with 4 laps to go. She sent them berserk in Ireland on so many occasions. Lovely to see her here in Grangemouth, albeit now some 8 or 10 metres down, because Freya Murray, Maria McCambridge, the compatriot member of Sonia O'Sullivan, and in 3rd place Nicola Gold from Scotland are pulling away with every stride. The gap is now about 15 metres.
Well, you know, when you talk about the 3,000 metres and Sonia, well, her 3,000 metre personal best was a European record all the way through from 1994 to 2002. So while she's not now in that top group, she is an accomplished athlete, and it's great just to celebrate her at this time.
Well, they go through that. That's another 75-second lap. They're operating at a very, very steady pace. O'Sullivan back in 4th place, and actually now just being reeled in by Beth Potter, the development squad athlete. Development athlete from Victoria Park City of Glasgow Athletics Club. Might well be caught over the next lap or so. The gap is fully 20-25 metres, with Freya Murray still leading. McCambridge there, sitting on her shoulders, determined not to lead. Still in 3rd place as Freya Murray now has passed, and McCambridge, as I say that, just moves into the lead with 3 laps to run. And it's Nicola Gold of Scotland in 2nd. Murray from the guesting Edinburgh AC athlete in 3rd place. Just needs to hang on to these two now. McCambridge making a concerted challenge now to try and draw clear. O'Sullivan really suffering. The gap all of a sudden has grown to 45-50 metres.
Yeah, we're just over 2 3/4 laps to go in this race, and as you say, Maria McCambridge of Ireland is just winding it up now, and Freya Murray is now paying for taking that early pace on, and it's now down to 2. Nicola Gold has got a season's best of 9:9.69, made a big breakthrough in 2006, beating Hayley Ubbins, and there we go. Young Beth Potter is 15 years old, and what a moment this is for her. She'll look back at this videotape and say, wow, just to run alongside the likes of Sonia O'Sullivan, and so you've got the experience of the past with perhaps the future, and the real athlete who will probably do very well over 3,000 and beyond later on.
Well, that tells a story in itself, that picture, doesn't it? 15-year-old Sonia O'Sullivan at the age of 37, old enough to be her mother. Nice scene in a way. 2 laps to go, and McCambridge there with Gold looking to get maximum points for the home squad, but McCambridge is the most experienced. The 2-kilometre time, by the way, 6:13, as we see the 3rd and 4th places there. Potter running right alongside O'Sullivan. It's almost as though she feels it would be rude to go past the older athlete with more experience. She's running outside around the bend, therefore running a longer line. That's the leading duo, McCambridge from Ireland with the Gold. The Scot has never broken 9 minutes. McCambridge from Ireland has run 8:50, almost 20 seconds quicker on paper. But so often you have to tear up what the statistics say and just watch the racing unfold in front of you. Freya Murray there, of course, mustn't forget her, isolated in 3rd place, having done so much of the work through the first half of the race. And here are the 4th and 5th places. Almost forgot about Freya Murray. But Potter still on the shoulder of Sonia O'Sullivan, will not go past her.
A straightaway and 1 lap to go, so about 460 metres to go, and this is a real battle, and I just wonder who's going to prevail here. Gold putting the pressure on, the response coming from McCambridge, and look at this look of determination with 400. Nicola Gold takes it on, but McCambridge won't have it. Holds the inside lane, makes the Scots. If she's going to go past, she's got to go wide.
8:03 at the bell then. That's pretty good running in these conditions, and they've really picked up the pace here. All of a sudden, Freya Murray is about 80 or 90 metres down in 3rd place. I don't think O'Sullivan's going to catch her, but she's now beginning to get away from young Beth Potter. Down the back straight, here's that leading pair. Nicola Gold has just sat in behind McCambridge for the last 3 laps. I wasn't sure whether or not she was being stretched and just hanging on, or if indeed she did have something in her legs. But McCambridge here, determined to hold that inside line. 8:37 with 200 to go. A 69-second lap. That's so much quicker than the previous 4 or 5 laps. And here goes Nicola Gold. The crowd here in the Grangemouth Stadium loving this one, because it looks like maximum points for Scotland again. Nicola Gold then, with about 3 metres from McCambridge, and beginning to grow that gap. It's 4 metres, 5 metres, and she's not going to be caught. This will be a famous victory for Nicola Gold, because she is so much slower on paper and so less in experience than McCambridge. But she does take the win. Watch her as she crosses the line. The clock stops at 9:11.62. And McCambridge there in second place. Very nearly a personal best there for Nicola Gold. Wonderful running in the conditions. She really did rise to the challenge. And here's the third placer, Freya Murray. That's a well-deserved place on the rostrum for her. And Sonia O'Sullivan eases up as she comes to the line in fourth place. They're just eased away from Beth Potter, the youngster, who crossed the line in fifth behind her. A passing over of the baton there in effect between the generations.
Wow, that was a good race, wasn't it? Well, let's just have a look at this. Is where the pressure came on from Nicola Gold, wasn't it? She really has gone from strength to strength since she won that Scottish 1500 metre title last season. Really went 200 metres out, thought I'm going to have a go at this, and in the end she's got very good speed endurance. Needs a bit of strength endurance as well in this, and there's nothing Maria McCambridge, the Irish 5,000 metre champion, could do about this. It was a very, very fine run, a good race in the end, a competitive race, and a good performance by Freya Murray in third, and Sonia coming in fourth place. What a good race.
Well, Gold doesn't look round. She doesn't know whether or not she's got clear or not. Good running from her, good concentration, pumping hard with the arms all the way to the line. She's worked hard for that, looks absolutely out on her feet just seconds after crossing the line. Sonia, well, smiles as ever. Glances over her shoulder back to young Beth Potter, and she's fully aware there of the considerable youth of the young girl who ran beside her for 2 or 3 laps. A very special day this for young Beth Potter.
Well, Nicola, first of all, you had to work so hard for that race.
Yeah, no, just trying to stick behind and as long as possible.
Well, many congratulations, and Sonia, that must have been a race charged with so much emotion.
It was, you know, I mean, you dream of winning these races and, you know, having a really big farewell, but, you know, the girls up front, they're strong and they've been training hard, so, you know, they deserve to have the race they did, and, you know, it was too tempting for me to watch the race and then try and keep running as well, and, you know, to have a young Scottish girl come up beside me was fantastic, and I thought, well, I'm not getting behind her because I'm too old for that, you know, I got to help out here, and I just tried to push on as best I can, and, you know, I had a couple of words with Liz McColgan before the race, and she said, what about 9:30? And I said, that would be good, so hopefully I got somewhere close to that.
Well, you must have so many fond memories of racing in the UK.
I do, I mean, absolutely fantastic days, you know, in Scotland I broke a world record in 1994, straight back down to London, a European record over 3,000 metres. They were definitely some of the best days of my life, and you know, I'll be sad to see them go.
Well, thanks very much for giving us so many wonderful memories.
Yeah, it's great to hear from Sonia O'Sullivan. Unfortunately, not the fairy tale conclusion to her career here in the UK, but still great to have her here in Grangemouth. Let's just check out the Celtic Cup match result now after 7 events, so just over halfway. Remember, 13 events in